All right, what's going on, everybody? As you can see, the Panthers look a little different here. I went through and I traded every rookie, or most of them, or at least a starting roster of rookies, to the Carolina Panthers. And I'm going to sim and just see how good this team could play while they're all on their rookie contracts together. So we have Bryce Young at quarterback. I went with whoever was picked first, usually. So if this spot was full, I didn't get a backup. I put injuries off just to see how this goes. We have Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs, Kendra Miller. Wide receiver, we have Jackson Smith-Njigba, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, and Quentin Johnston and Jonathan Mingo. Tight end, we have Dalton Kincaid and Michael Mayer. Left tackle, Broderick Jones. Left guard, Peter Skoronski. Center, Joe Tippmann. Right guard, Darnell Wright. And right tackle was Paris Johnson. We got left end with Will Anderson, Miles Murphy, and however you say Uzoma's name. Right end, we got Will McDonald, and then backups as well. Defensive tackle, we got Jalen Carter, Mozzie Smith, and Brian Brees. Outside linebacker, we got Nolan Smith and Lucas Van Ness. Jack Campbell at middle linebacker. Right outside linebacker, we got Tyree Wilson and DJ Johnson. Cornerback, we got Devon Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, Deontay Banks, Emmanuel Forbes. Free safety, Jartavius Martin and Sidney Brown. Then we got Brian Branch and then Sidney Brown backing up as well. So that is the team. Like I said, I'm going to simulate for 4 years for the whole rookie deal and just see how good this team can be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sim to the midseason. All right, we're actually 4-2. I saw the 0-6 Houston Texans, and I was really scared that was going to be us, but we're 4-2. Currently sitting at second in the NFC South. NFC South's kind of weak right now, so that's good for us. Forecast heavy rain. This is also my first time seeing Madden 24 franchise. I didn't play 23. I am first time seeing they actually put a forecast in there, cold opponent. Great players. It's all right. So we're gonna see how this team is doing. Can I go to stats and awards? I just want to see how the team is lining up. So Bryce Young completed 75%, 11 touchdowns, 4 picks, just a little over 1,000 yards rushing. Bijan Robinson 5.3 yards a carry. Gibbs 4.4, 5 touchdowns. Jameer's got 2, so they're doing pretty good. Receiving, our leading receiver is Jackson Smith-Njigba, actually by a decent amount, almost by 100 yards. But we got 4 really good backs or receivers, and then Bijan Robinson also has a lot of receiving yards. He has more than Michael Mayer. I'm surprised by that. I do know he's their second tight end. Actually, where's Dalton Kincaid? So he's our third, above Zay Flowers. Quentin Johnston only has 1 catch. I'm surprised by that. Defense, tell me who. Anybody got picks? Leading our team in tackles, Christian Gonzalez, Jartavius Martin. How many interceptions we got? Witherspoon's got a pick, and so does Jack Campbell. So we only have 2 interceptions. How many sacks? Jalen Carter's leading the way with 2.5. Expected that. Will Anderson 2. Nolan Smith with 2 as well, and Jack Campbell with half a sack. All right, so we only had 1 weekly award. We're doing pretty good. We're 4-2, but I'm going to sim to the end of the regular season and get into the playoffs. Hopefully we get into the playoffs. All right, we actually made it into the playoffs, winning the NFC South. We actually ended up beating the Falcons out for the South. Tied the record, but we had the tiebreaker. We're going to actually end up playing a home game against the NFC South division rival in the Atlanta Falcons. We're only 79 overall. Surprised we won it. That's actually pretty cool. But let me look at the playoff bracket. So we ended up as a 3 seed ahead of the Vikings. Cowboys the 1 seed. The Eagles did not make the playoffs. All right. The Bears as a 7 seed. That's cool. NFC's got 2 teams in. All right. All right. I think we got a pretty good chance. I mean, we should be favored in this one. But I'm going to sim the wild card round, and hopefully on the other end of this, we have another playoff game. Oh, we ended up losing 24-21 to the Falcons. That is disappointing. All right, it's our first postseason experience. We're all rookies. We ended up losing to the Falcons 24-21. But I'm going to go see how, as a team, we did. So Bryce Young had under 3,800 pass yards. He had 28 touchdowns and 7 picks, completing 69%. That's actually really good with a 106 rating. So Bryce Young had himself a good year. Bijan Robinson had himself a crazy season, over 1,500 yards with only 9 touchdowns. Averaged 88 a game. He had 1 fumble. Longest was an 82, and he played every game. 5.1 yards a carry. Jahmyr Gibbs also had a pretty good season. Lower average, but he still had over 500 yards, which is pretty good. Receiving, Jackson Smith-Njigba broke 1,000 yards. Zay Flowers almost had 800. 9 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. Jordan Addison had 0 touchdowns and 719 yards. Doing his best, it was at Jacoby Myers. I think had over 1,000 yards, no touchdowns. Duncan Cade had himself a pretty good season. Bijan also had 350 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. That's crazy. The defense, who led us in tackles? So Brian Branch, our safety, led us in tackles. I don't know why Deion Jones had any experience. I got to fix that. Sacks. Will Anderson at 7. Nolan Smith 6.5. Jalen Carter 6.5. And the linebackers here. Interceptions. Who got them? Christian Gonzalez at 4. Campbell 2. Deion Jones, why are you playing? Jartavius Martin with 1 and Witherspoon with 1. All right, so pretty good season. We ended up losing in the wild card. Let me check the in-season awards, actually. See if we earned anything. Oh, we did. Oh, Bryce Young with another player of the week in the NFC. And that is going to be it for us. Yeah, it's going to be it for us. All right, so Bryce Young won 2 of them. Let me see if we won any yearly awards. I doubt it, just because we were 10-17 with all rookies. Lamar won MVP. I don't have anybody on here. Let me go to the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year. Bijan took 10th. All right, that's pretty cool. I mean, he did have 1,500 yards. We should have a Rookie of the Year. I'm going to be pissed if we don't. Defensive Player of the Year. Don't have it. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bijan, Bryce Young, Jackson. Jaden, I mean, I guess he's probably the number 1, whatever position he is on his team. Zay Flowers. Yeah, we got them all. Defensive Rookie. Nolan Smith won Defensive Rookie of the Year over Will Anderson. I'm shocked. He was not going to be my guess. Best QB. Bryce Young was 4th. Best running back. Bijan 3rd. But we don't have to go through all that. So that is going to be year 1. Once again, we lost in the wild card round. I'm still shocked we made it to the wild card, but I'm going to sim to the next season. All right, so we have the same team. We're here in week 2, or my bad, season 2. And I'm going to sim to the regular season. Hopefully we have a better year than last year. Everybody did get better. We're now an 81 overall. I think we went from a 78 to or 78 or 79 to an 81, so we got better. But hopefully this season we can make it further into the playoffs. But I'm going to advance to midweek or mid-season. All right, we are here mid-season. We're 2-5. We actually got worse, and we're playing the Eagles, which is going to be a tough one. Oh, something is not right. Why are we 2-5? Let me look at the stats real quick. All right, so Bryce Young, he's doing better than he was last year at this point. He's completing 70% of his passes, 12 touchdowns, 4 picks for almost, over 1,500 yards. Rushing, Bijan is not having a good season. 4.8, 3.2, that's bad too. 567, 5 touchdowns, 1 fumble. Running's not the best. Maybe it's the offensive line. Receiving, doing pretty good. I mean, that's low yards. I mean, it's a lot of people with decent amount of yards, but not on pace for anything special. Let me look at the blocking. Sacks allowed. Oh, Broderick Jones I think he's our right guard. He's struggling. Or no, he's our left tackle. I can't remember. Yeah, our left tackle. So he's struggling a little bit. Defense, what do we got? Who's leading tackles? Jack Campbell's leading in tackles. Sacks. Will Anderson's got 7 sacks. I think that was what he had last year total. So he's on fire. Jalen Carter's only got 2. I'd like that to be a little higher. We only have 4 interceptions as a team so far. All right, so not the best season, but so far not the best. But I'm gonna sim to the end of the season. Hopefully we can turn this around. I'm praying. Luckily for us, the NFC South isn't that good, so we're only 2 wins back from the leading Falcons. So I'm gonna see you guys at the end of the season and start of the playoffs that we're in, hopefully. All right, so we end up not making the playoffs. Oh, we go 9-8, end up winning 7 games in the second half, but it wasn't enough. We're now at 83 overall. That is a shame. We don't make the wild card. Man, that one hurts, especially last year losing in the wild card. I thought we would have been better. I'm going to look at the stats from this season. Bryce Young ended up not having that great of a season. I know his interceptions are low. His touchdowns are at 25. His passing yards is really low at under 3,400. 67 completion percentage, which is lower than last year. Bijan had himself a pretty good season. A lot of yards, a lot of carries, 5.2 average. Gibbs did not have himself a good year. 91 yards a game is crazy. 2 fumbles, 11 touchdowns is good as well. Longest 89 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba had a down year. I mean, we just didn't have a lot of pass yards. I don't know if that's the receiver's fault. Zay Flowers had a lot of touchdowns. I don't know. Blocking. Broderick Jones struggled. So did Darnell Wright and Paris Johnson. I mean, we let up a lot of sacks. I guess it's our offensive line. Letting up a lot of pressure. Tackles. Brian Branch had over 100 tackles. That's crazy. Sacks. Let me see Will Anderson. He only had 2.5 sacks the rest of the year. That's disappointing. Still pretty good season. Jalen Carter turned it up with 7.5. Interceptions, 3, 2. All right, so that's not bad. All right, MVP. Mahomes ended up winning MVP. We did not have a finalist. All right. What about Coach of the Year? Were we on Coach of the Year? No, we did not. All right, that's fine. I actually don't care for that. Offense Player of the Year. Bijan moved up 1 spot from last year. Defensive Player of the Year. We did not have someone. All right. And we're no longer rookies. So, I mean, it was a down year. Bryce Young, 6th best. Bijan's 3rd again. I don't need to go through all of this. Down year for us. But I expect us to be like an 85 overall next year, which is pretty good. And, I mean, I expect this to be our worst season. But I'm going to sim to the start of the regular season. All right, we are still an 83 overall to start the next season. Hoping to be an 85 by the end of it. Hoping for a better season than last year. I expect it to happen. We got a bunch of superstars on this team. So this is our 3rd season now out of 4. But I'm gonna sim to the regular season or midway through the season. All right, we are 4-3. We're actually leading the South by 2 games at 4-3, which is awesome. I love the Saints and Bucks being 1-6. So those are some easy wins we're gonna have this year, and we're gonna need to win those ones. We can't mess around with those easy free wins. Don't want to quit. All right, we're an 84 over now. We got an 85 offense. I'm gonna go check the stats for through 8 weeks. Bryce Young is having another low pass yard season, only completing 63% of his passes. He does, however, have his best touchdown to interception ratio of 13-3. But I think I saw he's 27th in pass yards in the NFL. Bijan Robinson's having a down year. I gotta blame it on the offensive line. 4.1. I just don't think Bijan would have that low of yards per carry with a good offensive line. They're rookies. What do you expect? Our receivers are gonna have some low yards. I don't see anybody eclipsing 1,000. Maybe Jackson Smith. He's got 6 touchdowns though. Robinson already has 150 yards, 20 yards 20 yards a game, no touchdowns. How's the defense looking? Brian Branch leading the way, and Jack Campbell again. I expect that. Actually, let me look at sacks. 3 sacks. That's a little disappointing. Jalen Carter has 0 sacks. I don't like that. And interceptions. We only have 3. All right. So not doing the best we can. But But we should make the playoffs with a weak NFC South. That's what I'm hoping for, just to get into the wild card. But I'm going to sim to the end of the season, and I will see you there. All right, we ended up making the playoffs, going 10-7. We're in a wild card game against San Francisco 49ers, who have a pretty good team, but we're now an 85 overall, 87 offense, 84 defense. This is a tough challenge. I'm surprised the 49ers were 9-8 with that good of a team. This is 3 years in advance, so I don't know what the team looks like, but they're overall still pretty good. Dallas got the 1 seed 3 straight years. That's not going to happen. We are the 4 seed. Seahawks is a 2 seed, and the 49ers is 5. All right. And the Colts got the 1 seed. That is with Anthony Richardson, I believe. Yeah. And the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs. All right. I don't know what's happening. It's only 2025. It's not that far down the road. But we are going to advance the week, and hopefully we're in the divisional round. And we ended up winning. What is good? Dallas went 17-0. Dallas went 17-0. Dallas went 17-0. How's that possible? Oh, we ended up beating the 49ers, but Dallas is 17-0. That's not true. That can't happen. What? 17-0 in a simulated Madden 2025 league. That is a tall challenge. We ended up killing the 49ers 35-10. That's awesome. 7-0. This game was 7-0 between the 2 and the 7 seed. So we got all the top seeds. Wow, we got the 17-0 Cowboys. All right. So this is the furthest we made it. We're in year 3. Hopefully we can make the conference championship. I don't have high hopes, but I will see you on the other side of this juggernaut. And we end up losing 28-14. Expected, I guess. We weren't going to beat the 17-0 Cowboys. That's all right. Bryce Young, I just saw, was like 30th in pass yards and 34th in rating. I mean, Bryce Young just ain't getting pass yards. How many times? He's got 3,300 yards, 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. His interception to touchdown ratio is not bad. Sacked 24 times. I don't know what it is. Bijan with another 1,500 yard season. I guess he's got a running back that gets over 1,500 yards a year, so that helps. Jameer with 10 touchdowns on 400 yards is kind of crazy. Bijan with 13. 3 fumbles, though. I don't like that. Receiving, Smith Najigba did break 1,000 yards. Zay Flowers is up there. He had 15 touchdowns. All right. Probably his best season to date. Defense, what do we got? Tackles, who led us? Jack Campbell led us, and then Brian Branch is up there as well. Sacks, Will Anderson broke double-digit sacks. He's got 13. Down year from Jalen Carter. I was hoping that was going to be a little up there. Surprising from Will McDonald. Let me see the interceptions. Only 4, and it was our middle linebacker. Devin Witherspoon got 3. Martin got 3. All right. Pretty good year. We ran into the best team ever, apparently. So that is tough. That's unfortunate. I mean, what are you going to do? We weren't going to beat them. Dak got MVP. Why does this game love the Cowboys? Offense player of the year. Did we get one? No, we did not. Defensive player of the year. How about that? Will Anderson ended up taking 4th. All right, that's the highest we've had so far. So I do like that. How bad was... Oh, wow. Bryce Young wasn't even top 10. All right, so... Oh, wait, hon, I want to go back and highlight that. Jordan Love's on the Lions now. Bijan. Best wide receiver, I think. What's his... Jigba. All right, there he is. All right. Pretty good year 3. We are now going to go to year 4. Hopefully, we're like an 87 overall. I would like to see that. All right, so that is for the year 3. We're going to go on to year 4. We did have the best season to date, losing in the divisional round to the best team ever. I'm going to sim to the next season for our year 4, the final season of our all-rookie team, and hopefully that's our best that we can reach a conference championship. All right, we are here in our 4th season with the all-rookie team. I was looking through the overalls a little bit. We're now on 86 overall, which is actually pretty good. But The offensive line does not progress too much in this. They're all low 80s, like 81s and 80s. Bijan's like a 99 overall already. Cornerbacks are all upper 80s. But the offensive line is the weakest part of this team. Also, tight end. I'm surprised Dalton Kincaid's like an 81 and Michael Mayer's like a 79. They haven't gotten any better. But this is our final season with this all-rookie team. I'm going to sim to midseason, and hopefully we're at the top of the NFC South. All right, here we are. Dallas is 2-4, and we're 7-0. Wow, we have a complete 180 from last year, rematch of the divisional round. Dallas is 2-4 coming off of his 17-0 season. We're 7-0. That is pretty crazy. I was not expecting 7-0. Let me go check the stats. All right, so I just saw Bryce Young's like middle of the pack and everything, and so is our offense. But Bryce Young's got under 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 3 picks. Same old Bryce Young, I guess. He's got good touchdown interception, but not a lot of yards. Rushing, Bijan, 4.5 is not that good. 3 touchdowns. Jimmy Gibbs got 4 touchdowns, but 3.1. We're just not a good offensive team. It's got to be the defense. That's insane. Receiving, Zay Flowers is leading. That's kind of cool. It's always been Smith and Jigba, but now we got Zay Flowers. Dalton Kincaid is up there as well. 2 touchdowns. Not a lot of touchdowns. Sacks, Paris Johnson and Broderick Jones. All right, let me look at the defense. Who's leading in tackles? Brian Branch. Nolan Smith, I'm surprised by that, but Brian Branch is actually smoking everybody. Sacks, Will Anderson with 6.5. That's pretty good for the first half. Nolan Smith with 4. That's really good for him. Brian Branch is 2. Jalen Carter, 2.5. What do we have interception-wise? Jack Campbell is 2. Nobody's really doing too much. That's fine, but I would assume our defense is the one holding us in here. Let me look at the weekly awards now. Let me go to week 1. Did we get any weekly awards? They're all the Cowboys. We have not. All right, so we are 7-0. Incredible season. We're an 86 overall. I'm going to sim to the end of the season, and I mean, we should be in the playoffs. It's pretty much guaranteed. Hopefully we get a bye and to put us in the divisional round, but I'll see you at the end of our final season. All right, here we are at the end of the season. We're 14-3, so we ended up having a great year. We actually have the first round bye, so we are the 1 seed. And while I couldn't have asked for a better final season, well, we'll see how the playoffs go, actually. Washington was the 2 seed, so the NFC's got 2 teams in, but Washington was the winner. Jacksonville's the 1 seed on this side. A bit surprising. The Bears and Lions are in it again. But I'm going to advance to the divisional round, and hopefully we have ourselves a pretty good ending to this story. And here we go. Couldn't have written it better myself. We've got Dallas again in the divisional round. We can't lose this game, right? They are hot though. They were, what were they, 2-5, 2-4 when we met them, so they've actually had a great second half of the season. I'm a little worried. I just want to beat Dallas. Please let us win. I'm gonna sim. We're at 80 overall now. We are a better team than them. I have faith. Home game in North Carolina or Charlotte, North Carolina. I expect a win. Let us get to a conference championship in year 4. I will see you guys at the end of the week. I'll see you after this game. And we end up making the NFC championship game against the Lions. We beat the Cowboys. We got our redemption. And we played 10-7 Detroit. That's a winnable game. I can see us getting into the Super Bowl. Actually, I do see us getting into the Super Bowl. Oh, well, there were 3, so that's kind of tough. We won on a game-winning field goal, 41-38. Wow. Talk about a game. And down goes the 1 seed in the AFC. The 7 seed, the Ravens, beat the 2 seed and the 1 seed, and they are going up against the 3 seed. They're having a great run. But we're in the NFC Championship. Oh, man. With the trip to the Super Bowl on the line, I will see you guys next week. Hopefully we're in the Super Bowl. Oh, baby, and we end up making the Super Bowl. And so did the 7 seed Ravens behind 99 overall Lamar Jackson. Wow, we actually made the Super Bowl. And now we're playing. Wow, they killed them. 34-13. 34-14. Wow, we won 37-31. Another tight game. Our defense has not showed up at all. It's been our offense, actually. But wow, we were playing against a 7 seed Baltimore Ravens as a 1 seed. We're actually in the Super Bowl. Wow, I can't believe it. All right. Well, this is it. This is the final game of the all-rookie team. I'm hoping for a Super Bowl win. We're the better team, but they are on fire. But I will see you guys on the other side of this. Hopefully, we're Super Bowl champs. And we end up losing the Super Bowl to the Baltimore Ravens 14-17. Wow. The Ravens ended up winning the Super Bowl. Lamar got MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. That's insane. Wow, I can't believe it. So that is a Super Bowl loss for the all-rookie team. That is the end of this all-rookie team. I was just doing 4 years for all their rookie contracts. It's a shame we lost, but we did make a Super Bowl, which is pretty cool. Let me know any other ideas you guys have for these kind of simulations, Madden rebuilds, franchises, etc., or anything you want to see on the new Madden game. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one.